She will share her insights into preparation strategy, application process, and what Google looks like for an early year students. Along with her, we have Mahak, also a group step intern 2024 with an impressive profile including being a former ASD intern at Google, a multiple time hackathon winner, top 100 Google Solution Channel Challenge finalist, an SIH24 finalist, and ex-TA at Coding Ninjas. Together, Shriya and Mahak will give you a comprehensive perspective on Google STEP, covering preparation, interviews, projects, and common mistakes students should avoid. Let's give a warm round of applause to Shriya and Mahak. Should I share the screen or you guys will?
I think I can take over screen sharing. We can then move as we need to.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Okay, I hope the screen is visible.
Hmm.
Okay. So let's get started, guys. I think Google Step comes for second year students. Right now, it's been renamed to Associate Software Developer Internship, so it's the same thing. There's no like difference as such. Yeah, I think ये हो गया. So I'm Shriya. That's Mahak. हाँ. Mahak, you want to take over? हाँ.
Okay. So when you apply off campus, you will go through like 4 rounds. First, you will apply with your resume, and then resume screening will happen. And after like almost 1 month or 2 months, you will get a call, and that call will be telephonic round. That will be like 10 to 15 minutes call with a recruiter. So basically, the recruiter asks simple questions like how much you will rate yourself in DSA, on which platforms you practice questions on, how much questions you have practiced, and like what's your tech stack, and basically simple like what's your projects based on. Just a 10 to 15 minutes intro call. Basically, they want to know about yourself, and mostly everyone who get like a call for telephonic round gets proceed with the further rounds that are technical rounds, and both the technical rounds are based on DSA, and they just are DSA in those, just it intro, and then they proceed with their DSA questions. They're hardly like anything else they will ask apart from DSA, and don't know if they will change the pattern this year, but you should focus on DSA for those technical rounds as of now, unless they mention that what they will be asking.
Yeah, so also like I applied on campus. So the only difference that is there in on campus is you apply it through college. So the college sends all our information, and there is no telephonic round. There wasn't a telephonic round for us. We had resume screening, and then we got interviews. So we had 2 interviews, and the rest of it was pretty much the same. And our results also came in through college.
And so, like before technical rounds, you will have an interview prep session. Basically, in that session, they will mention everything like how will be your interview, like of how much duration, what they expect from you, how you should answer in your interview. Like they will train you about that and provide you with the enough resources to go through before the interview. And the off-campus process, like minimum takes 1 month. Like you will have an interview, after 1 week you will have second interview, and then the result, like it will take minimum of 2 to 3 weeks, and then it can take like 1 to 2 months also.
Yeah, I think that is pretty much it about the application process. We can move ahead. Yeah, what interviewers look for. So, Meg, you want to start? Should I?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay, so what interviewers look for is they give you a very kind of bare bones problem, and they want you to ask questions about it. They want to see how well you understand the problem, right? Like at the very beginning. So they want you to ask like edge cases, what there could be, discuss them, ask them clarifications. So that is something that you should do. Then like once you get the question, you ask clarifications. They usually direct you on what to do, so you don't get into coding right away. You have to explain what kind of approach you are thinking of. You have to do dry runs of it, and once they are satisfied with what you have explained, they will ask you to code it out. So you go ahead and so the interview happens on something like a Word document. There's no actual like proper coding platform. It's a plain like Word doc, and usi mein you have to write. So what is different from normal like lead code like interfaces is कि उसमें you won't get automatic brace pairing and things like that. So you have to be mindful of that when you're writing your code. So then you start writing your code. Usually like you only write the functions. There's no main function writing needed. You write the specific functions that you need to, and after that they always like whatever you're writing, by the end they ask you about the time complexity and the space complexity for it, for all the components that you've written. So be sure to like focus on that also when you're studying. And yeah, so if you get stuck somewhere, they give you hints to like get you unstuck. So it's important to hear, like listen for those hints, and like change your thinking based on that, like so that if you're going in the wrong direction, they'll try to guide you the right way. So the interviewer is like always trying to help you out. And yeah, I think that's it from my side.
Yeah, so the you should focus on like hints and just don't sit idle for a long time. If you're not able to come to like any solution or approach, ask the key how should I proceed? In which direction should I proceed?
Um, yeah, I think both the interviews go in a similar manner only. So it's like 45 minutes you have, and it's only focused on DSA. There's no questions about your resume or anything else. There is a short intro at the start, a short, like, any questions if you have them at the end, and the rest of it is just DSA. So there's nothing else that, you would need to prep for. And I think that's pretty much it on the interviews. Let's move on to the next slide, prep strategy. Uh, okay, so basically, prep, like I said, DSA is your main kind of goal, like main thing asked or only thing asked. So revise DSA, practice, medium hard problems on Stiver's sheet from Lead Code. Stiver sheet is a very good resource. It covers like all the topics that you could be asked. And for preparation, try out like some mock interviews, maybe with somebody if you can get it, or with yourself, so that you're used to explaining what you're thinking out loud, or doing dry runs and things like that. And like I said, focus on complexity analysis whenever, whatever you are studying, because they definitely ask that. And try to think of edge cases for all the problems that you're solving. And yeah.
Also, like, don't just limit to striver sheet, because many of the times like students just do striver sheet, and when they get a like little tricky question, they are not able to identify the data structures, because you have the habit of like doing from the striver sheet and they just mention the topic there. So I would say just randomly pick the questions from lead code also and practice those questions, so it will help you. Like in interview you won't get that from which data structure the question is, you have to figure it out yourself. So like pick random questions so that you can find out like from which topic like the question is.
So the next part is like, obviously the first thing that you have to do is submit your resume, and that's the basis you get selected. So the resume is very important. Mehak, do you wanna?
So
Yeah.
like I would say ki resume, you should keep your resume to like one page only, because many a times two-page resume like in ATS get reduced. Also like highlight the projects, highlight the achievements, highlight the major keywords, highlight bold the words, add the numbers and everything in your like project section and experience section what you did in that, so that ATS gets increased. Also like pension lead code, or any other platform you practice questions on, I would say that's must. Like they don't mention it explicitly ki you need to mention that, but from what I have observed and from what I have like asked, I was asked to share my lead code handle and like other coding profiles on whatever platform I practice questions on, because in second year you don't have any such experience, you don't have many things to add in resume. The only thing that will like highlight you from the crowd is your coding profiles. If they are good, like I would say there are much like many good chances that your resume gets shortlisted. And I would also say ki if you have a great CGP, do mention in that resume. Having a great CGP never a like bad thing. If you are having a good CGP, mention that. It will of course at some way give you an edge from others. And also don't try like in STEP they don't ask anything from your resumes, like they ask yes only. But for like other interviews I'm saying, don't add unnecessary fluff that you don't know. Like it will give a really bad impression on the interviewer ki you have mentioned something and you are not able to explain that in the interview. If you have mentioned any CS fundamental that you are not like fully aware of, or you haven't studied, or anything like project, mostly projects like nowadays we do vibe coding, of course, but you should know what you are doing, like vibe coding also now, from what like you are using some language, so you should know about that language. You should not randomly mention that in your resume, and then you like in when an interviewer asks about you that and you are not able to answer that. So make sure of that. Also I would say ki having like don't just add unnecessary thing to fill up your resume. But since if you don't have anything, you can add things as of now, but in future take care of that. But you should add coding profiles must.
Yeah, and make your resume using like one of those standard engineering like templates. So you'll
Don't
find
follow
it.
Jake's resume, Anubhav's
Yeah.
resume on Overleaf.
Yeah, so you will find and make it on LaTeX only, like Overleaf या किसी पे. Uh, don't make like Word वाले resumes and all because वो ATS में score कम होता है उनका compared to these resumes that you make because they're easily parsable also. So make sure of that and for, like don't add a lot of like color or anything like that. A simple black and white.
Also, I would say ki try to like keep the font size 11, 12. And also one thing I was saying, let me remember that.
Okay. Yeah, I think Ananya has shared a template in
Uh,
the chat. So you guys can follow any of these templates. They are like good templates and they are standard templates in the industry. So they're easily like understood by everybody.
Also, the links you are adding in the resume, make sure that they are redirecting to the same like page. Sometimes you change the handles and everything, and you forget to like update your resume. So make sure you update that.
Yeah, and like also for projects, add a GitHub link or a live demo if possible for all the projects that you're mentioning because it acts as a proof of work. You've not just written it, you've done it.
Mention the tech stack along with the project name.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, like you must know already, like ATS scoring ke liye in resume, like the points have to be written in specific formats, right? You have to add a few numbers in it and everything. So make sure of that when you're making your resume. Definitely check your ATS score after you've made your resume on any website. Like there is
Resume
Resume
World.
World is
I would
probably
say
the best one.
also you will see like on some websites you are getting ETS score as 90 plus, and some website you are getting a 60 plus or 70 plus. I would say don't rush just behind ETS scores, because companies का खुद का भी ATS checker होता है. जो वेबसाइट ऑनलाइन वेबसाइट्स यूज कर रही है, दैट डजंट मीन कि आपकी कंपनी भी सेम ETS चेकर का वो यूज कर रही होंगे. दे लुक फॉर अदर कीवर्ड्स. सो जस्ट डोंट look behind that you are increasing ETS score, you are not focusing on other things. Even if it's like 70 plus or like it's good, don't just like be I want to do 80 plus or 90 plus. Just have like 70 plus and you are good to go.
Yeah, so like it's not necessary कि आपका 100 ATS score हो, but just try because ATS helps you like when you run it through one of the websites, it'll point out things like grammatical mistakes that you might have or better wording for points. So that you might miss otherwise. So do run it through any ATS checker, I would say, because it tells you like things that you can fix even in small things. So like because I'm like those things are glaring when somebody's reading your resume, right? Like if there's a spelling mistake or something that's pretty bad for somebody checking your resume. So try not to let things like that go. I think that's good enough for resume tips. I think. Okay, just internship experience. Mehak, how was your experience?
Mine experience so good. Like you will get to like work on real projects that are like actually you see na small features on websites, small features on Meet like now, small features on maps and everything like you see na you will get to work on small features. You as of now you don't see their importance like how important they are, but when you like go there understand it, you will get to know that that who matters. Like the ad you get to like on your pop screen you the pop-up comes of an ad, you also like you will get to know that that also depends on your behavior, your experience and your search history and all. So like you will get work on very small features.
Yeah, I would say that is like, yeah, you get to work on like real things that, it's not just, they don't just give you like very,
Dummy project.
sidey, yeah, dummy
Yeah.
projects or very like fake, like, not very important things. Like, obviously, they don't give you the utmost
Production
important thing.
level.
Yeah, they don't give you things like that, but they give you actual features to make. And oftentimes, like they get put into production also. So one of the projects I worked on, it's been put into production now, and like my host sent it like to me, ki ye dekho, it's gone now. So I was very happy
Yeah,
seeing
that
that.
happens.
So they make you work on very real things, so that's very important. And then obviously, like, it's a very different kind of learning experience than just make, like, things you do in college. Like, you learn about the whole actual development process. There's a lot more things that go into, like, apart from just coding, we had to do so many more things. We had to think about designs, write a lot of documents, do a lot of things apart from just the
If
code.
you like most of you will be having software engineering as a subject in next time or this time, you will get that important know the importance there, like when you will be designing docs and taking approvals from your like head of department. Also like you will love the food there, depends
Yeah.
non-veg or veg. Also like cafeteria, free coffee, shakes and everything.
Yeah, it is like a really fun place. Like, there's so many games and things to do, and you're never like bored. I used to spend like 12 hours in the office because
Yeah, like you
there
can
was
stay till
nothing.
like 11, 12. You can go like on Sundays and spend time there and come back.
Yeah, and the team and the whole experience with them is also just amazing. You get to make like so many new connections. So yeah, it is really great. So do try to, don't know. I think that is it from our side. Mehak, do you have anything else to add?
Like, no, we can move to like question and answers.
Yeah. So just questions, guys. I think chat में आए थे. I'll read them out.
ऑल्सो लाइक आई वुड से कि काफी लोग ये स्ट्रेस होते हैं क्योंकि सेकंड ईयर में इंटर्न नहीं लगी तो क्या होगा, सबकी लग ऐसा नहीं होता, सबकी लग जाते हैं हार्डली लाइक सिंस ये भी थोड़े गर्ल्स के प्रोग्राम्स इसलिए लग जाती है, बॉयज के लिए तो वो भी अपॉर्चुनिटीज बहुत कम होती है, बट हार्डली लाइक 20-30 को देखोगे तुम कॉलेज से लग रहे तो डोंट जस्ट गेट डिसहार्टेन कि तुम्हारी नहीं लगी बाकी सबकी लग गई, बिकॉज यू विल ऑल्सो कि दे डिजर्व इट, दे आर डूइंग फ्रॉम फर्स्ट सेम सेकंड सेम and then they reach this level ki they are able to crack it, and you think that you will start now from 1 month, you still can crack it if you are highly dedicated and motivated to do that, but don't just think ki you are not able to crack that, you can crack that like in third year also you can get that internship, but don't just think ki second year mein nahi hua and then you just are like demotivated and stressed about it and फिर third year पे भी तुम focus नहीं कर पाओगे, तो it's good if you can crack it, and that doesn't matter कि life ends there कि if you're not able to crack it.
Mm. Yeah, so like, even if you're like starting now, then this is a good time to start even for third year, right? Because third year B starts by the end of second year. So you have to kind of this puts you into the mindset for that as well, which is really good. So even if you're not able to like get into an internship right now in second year, it really prepares you for third year as well. So it's never a wasted, effort. So do put in the effort and try.
You will give interviews, you will get the experience, so
Mm.
make sure you crack the first company that comes on campus in third year. You will learn
Yeah.
from the learnings.
Okay, somebody has asked, can they add like the Codolio wala link instead of separate links of
I would
everything?
say कि Codolio सब लोग them not many are aware of it and mostly people click on the lead code link only. So separately
Mm.
mention the lead code link and you as side by side you can mention the Codolio link as well.
Yeah, I think definitely add lead code. Like, for me, I had more questions on another website not lead code. So I added both the links, but I
You
definitely
can
still
add
added
multiple
lead code.
website
Yeah,
as well. I shared my like 3 to 4 website link because
yeah, yeah, yeah,
earlier I used to practice on different platform, then on different platform, and CP on different platforms. So you can just
yeah,
add
yeah,
three
yeah.
to four peoples.
So it's that's fine, but definitely add, I think, a lead code link. It puts a
You should add
different.
lead code link. Don't mention like number of questions. I feel it like
Yeah,
very weird adding number of questions you have practiced.
yeah. Don't put that. Like the link is enough. They'll see it from that. Okay.
Also, I
Somebody
got to
has.
know that on campus आ चुकी है step, but अभी आप लोगों के पास आया नहीं होगा. Anything notice something? So I would say कि in the meantime you can just apply off campus. Off campus process takes like a 1 month to like reach back to you. So in the meantime, the on campus applications will open. They will shortlist the resume, and like mostly they hardly choose 18 to like 20-30 resumes only. So what if your resume don't get shortlisted? So apply off campus, and if you don't get shortlisted on campus, you still have the opportunity to like give the interview if they get back to you.
Yeah, so somebody has asked that only off campus, on campus. The only problem with both places is if you get an interview at one place, then you can't go ahead with the process at the other place, right? So you can only interview through one process. You can only interview once, is the thing. So apply you can do anywhere. So resume shortlisting and all can happen in both places. You can apply through both the channels, but interview mein there's a cap, like 6 months mein you can only give, I think, one interview or something. So you can't interview through both the things. So if you get selected on campus and you've given an interview here, then if you get back, if you get like, you won't get selected off campus then because they know. But if you still do, you won't be able to like go ahead with it and everything.
And the number of question doesn't matter. What matter is like how much you have practiced, how much like you know about the data structures and all. So don't like go behind. I want to solve this number of questions, then only I will get shortlisted. Some people with 500 also get rejected, and some with 200 also get selected. So that all depends on how much learning you have like learned from all those questions. And other than Strivership, like I had some course. So from that course I used to do, and then I used to do POTD daily and some random questions. And you know,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
rank doesn't define like affect your screening processes. I would say show your consistency. Don't show that you are knight or something on lead code. Your consistency matters more than your rank.
Yeah, and like, yeah, so the rank, like I think the number of questions has a more importance than rank. Though even that doesn't have like she said, कि it doesn't matter, सिर्फ उस पे focus नहीं होता है. They look at like the whole of your resume. Obviously, the number of questions is a factor in it, but there are, or the lead code is a factor in it, and the consistency is a factor in it. But the rest of your resume also matters a lot. How much ATS score is considered good? ATS score, I would say, like any score is good, but try like 70, 75 is, I think, a decent enough score. Obviously, if you can get it higher, it's a good thing only. But the ATS, you'll see that you'll get different scores on different platforms. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I personally, I think resume worded gives the most logical kind of explanations
Brutal,
with the score.
brutal ATS score.
Yeah, very brutal. So I think do that. But resume worded me, there's like only three allowed with one email ID. So
Use separate email ID. Like you will use the marker and you
use a
with the
lot of
same
email
resume, you
IDs.
get 90 plus ATS.
Yeah. And then there's another site which gives you like 60 on a ATS for what you get like 80, 90 on resume worded. So honestly, it fluctuates a lot. But
Because
try ki
average of
matlab 70, 75 ho.
70-75
Yeah.
percent.
लीड कोड रैंक वाला हो गया. टाइमलाइन आई वुड से, लो आई टॉक अबाउट ऑन कैंपस. तो बेसिकली हमें आया था द फॉर्म टू फिल, एंड आफ्टर द डेटाबेस वेंट, आई थिंक it came like, I'm not sure actually कितने दिन में आया था short listening, like I don't remember, but it was a few weeks. It wasn't like a really long time. And then after that, once we got like the uh, people who had to interview, who were shortlisted, our interviews happened within like a week. So it was scheduled for a week for different people. Like mine was, I think, um, the day after what we got like shortlisted. Some people had it like 2 days after, 3 days after. So was a little bit like scheduled, like 2 to 3 days after you got the shortlisting. And then the second interview shortlisting took a little bit more time. So that came in later. And after that, the final results took some more time. So I believe like about 3 4 weeks it took to get the final results. Off campus, ka ek baar, Mehak, you can tell.
Off campus, like for like of course you will it will take 1 month or 2 months to get back to you. And after that they will schedule a telephonic round, and in the same evening or next you will get the links for your interview that they are scheduled for next week. They ask your availability when you want to give, and they will schedule it according to that next week or the same week. And after that, if you will like get shortlisted for the second round, like then also that happens in next week, like in 1 week both the interviews will happen if you are like if you clear the first round. And after that the result takes like depends, they can take 2 weeks also, 3 weeks also, 4 weeks also, they can take 2 months as well, like, and they can like never get back to you also. So that completely depends. Off campus में तुम्हें जल्दी नहीं आता है result, final result. मेरे को it took me like 2 to 3 weeks for the final result, and for the same like my मेरी friend का 1 महीने में आया था, तो completely depends.
Okay,
What are the
so strivers, yeah. So I
strivers?
think if you approaching new problems wala is like do the problem of the day every day at least, and then read code में randomly like कोई भी problem choose करके just start doing it. नहीं तो लीड कोड में शीट्स मतलब लिस्ट होती हैं रैंडम प्रॉब्लम्स वाली, है ना, वो कर लो कोई अच्छी सी ढूंढ के, है ना. तो आई थिंक जस्ट लाइक बेसिकली अप्रोचिंग न्यू प्रॉब्लम के लिए डू न्यू प्रॉब्लम्स विदाउट नोइंग कि उसका वो क्या है डेटा स्ट्रक्चर.
यार आई मतलब मैंने डेव छोड़े काफी टाइम हो चुका है, बट आई वुड से इफ यू आर रियली इंटरेस्टेड इन डेव तो वीकेंड्स पे बैठ के डेव करो. बाकी दिन डीएसए तो डेली ही करना है, यू कांट स्किप डीएसए. वीकेंड्स पे बैठ के डेव करो. आई वुड से फॉर सेकंड ईयर अभी सिंस उबर भी आ चुकी है आपकी, गूगल भी आ चुकी है, एंड एक्सप्लोर भी आ चुका है.
माइक्रोसॉफ्ट
फोकस ऑन
लिंक्डइन आ गया है.
हाँ, focus on DSA first. This like 1 main, please focus on DSA. You can just like reduce dev because mostly they don't ask dev in these rounds. Mostly all are like DSA focused only, yeah, and they will ask from your resume. And I think if you have done backend and databases, you can easily explain your projects in that interview. So in this like 1 month, you focus on your DSA part, and then later you can give more time to your dev part.
Yeah, I think second year में they only ask DSA in interviews, like from what I know. So focus on DSA for interview and all of that at least.
And
But like resume अगर बनाना है,
हाँ नहीं continue.
हाँ, so I was saying resume अगर जैसे you want to improve या make, तो तुम ऐसे बैठ के जल्दी जल्दी अच्छे से 2 3 प्रोजेक्ट बना लो. Like if you know dev, I won't say go start studying dev right now to make a project for your
If you
resume.
know a
Then
little bit
yeah.
dev, like you have studied, you can just vibe code it for as of now. But you should like able to answer the questions if the interview asks from those topics.
Yeah.
Just make sure of that. And DS in step only DSA matters, I would say. Only DSA matters. I would say it's the easiest thing to crack if you know DSA, because Maki Samme they will have like behavior round, your resume screening round, and other than that, like many motor Q and all they take system design round also.
Yeah.
So I would say it's the one of the easiest thing you can crack if you know DSA.
Yeah, they ask like only DSA in the interviews, and then managing ka to I think you have to, I don't know, do it when you have time maybe. Like DSA तो करना ही है, रोज 1 क्वेश्चन 2 क्वेश्चन 3 क्वेश्चन जितने हो सकते कर लो, बाकी टाइम में डेव कर लो. क्योंकि कॉलेज का तो आई डोंट थिंक पढ़ना होता है इतना, एग्जाम के टाइम में ही पढ़ना होता है. DSA does play a major role, and step आ गई है on campus and you will know soon. Only DSA, no web dev. Only DSA ही पूछते हैं सिर्फ, और कुछ नहीं पूछते. Like when you go to the interview, they tell you don't give a very long introduction क्योंकि तुम्हारा
just
time
like
कम
1
होगा.
to 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes only.
They say don't waste your time in introducing and everything because you'll have less time to solve your question. They care about your DSA and you doing your questions. Uh, Struggling a lot of approach medium. Okay, so I would say, like, personally, when I couldn't figure out approaches, I would just see the solution. Like, I know a lot of people say ki solution mat dekho and all that, but if you are really stuck and you feel like तुम progress ही नहीं कर रहे हो, तो go and see the solution and
See
then
the
solve it
hints,
on your
like
own.
see the hints and everything, and then try
Hmm.
to put it yourself. Don't just copy. Like what
Yeah,
many
obviously.
people do, like they see the solution, they see the hints, and they think that, oh, okay, now we know the answer. Then they just copy the code and paste it.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
yeah. Solve it on your own after that. Like after you've understood the concept, maybe hint देखा तब भी नहीं समझ आया, concept समझो, तब
Also,
खुद code करो.
what I used to do, like I used to see the hints and then I think like, oh, okay, now I know the approach. But that's wrong. What you have to do is you take an example, you write in that example on that solution first, like what you understand, so that it helps in clarifying your further like any questions or queries you have in your mind and for further
Sorry,
questions.
मैं एक second में आ रही हूँ. My laptop is going to die. I have to put it on
Okay, okay.
charge.
So it helps you like getting a better clarity of that topic. So next time any topic come from that question or that approach, you are able to like figure it out more clearly. So rather than just seeing the solution and then coding it, try to like dry run some examples on that. Try to understand and grasp that approach. So okay, why I was not able to figure out that approach, why I was lacking. So learn that approach, like learn that hidden pattern that question has, not just the solution to that. No, applying to off campus doesn't mean you are ineligible for on campus. That only means that if you have appeared for an interview off campus, like after that you have appeared in that 45 minutes interview and you are not able to clear that interview, then only you are not eligible for on campus. Other than that, you are eligible on campus. No, use like either way, if you use different mail IDs also, you will get like they get to know that you are applying twice. So no point in that. No, if someone is
Um,
rejected off campus, like in an interview, you can't appear on campus. If you are able to get a referral, you can like, but that depends. Like my friend got the call without applying with referral, but some of my friends got rejection even with applying like with referral. So I would say ki if you are able to get it, good enough. But if you are not able to get it, don't just run behind getting a referral. You can apply in the meantime.
there are no questions from projects at all, like anywhere.
Hmm.
The only thing the projects might matter for is your resume selection.
My गूगल का आई डोंट नो रेफरेंस मैटर्स मच बिकॉज मैंने काफी देखा है रेफरल वाले लोगों को रिजेक्शन ही आ रहे होते हैं बहुत बार तो आई वुड से कि लक बेस्ड है
से आई वुड से लाइक रेफरल डाल लो अगर मिल रहा है
हाँ
तो,
मिल
बट
रहा है तो
अगर आपको
डेफिनेटली गो फॉर
बहुत
इट
ही मुश्किल हो रही है, लाइक
हाँ
इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू, यू डोंट नो एनीबडी एंड यू आर डिलेइंग योर एप्लीकेशन जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ अ रेफरल, देन डोंट डू दैट. Still.
Also, like you share when you ask for a referral, na, do share your resume along with asking. Like you send a LinkedIn request on someone from Google, and you should share your resume. So like you can't just randomly ask someone a stranger ki okay please give me a referral for this position. Like they don't know you about, they don't know anything about you. Like how can they can trust that you are good enough to like provide an referral because उनके में referral में दिखाता है कि you have applied for these like you have given referral to these candidate and अगर किसी का like अगर कोई referral दे रहा है and उसके referrals जो है वो final like offers में convert नहीं हो रहे तो उनका भी effect पड़ता है कि उनका ratio की आपके conversions ही नहीं होते तो उनके फिर referral की value कम हो जाती है तो कोई भी आपको ऐसे randomly referral नहीं देगा unless your profile is so good unless your resume is so good so you know your profile is not that good या फिर आपका resume इतना अच्छा नहीं है so don't waste time in getting a referral because नहीं देते लोग ऐसे referral they give referral only when your profile is very good enough and your resume is very good enough or they you know personally or through some connections so don't waste time अगर आपको लगता है कि नहीं मिलेगा तो just like apply.
Yeah. I have no idea about this overleaf word link thing. मैं तुम्हें पता है क्या?
Some resume parser don't detect link properly from. Yeah, try some different overleaf like template. I don't know which template you are using, but mostly they are able to pass it. Or maybe you have some like latex का कुछ syntax वगैरह कुछ गलत होगा मे बी। मतलब ऐसा हुआ नहीं कभी। कंपनी का एटीएस अलग ही होता है यार। यू कांट प्रिडिक्ट कि वो क्या यूज कर रहे होते हैं।
How many people? So we had, I think, 9 step interns, जिसमें 3 were on campus and no, 3 were off campus and 6 were on campus. So this is the grade last year. उससे पहले का
वो सिर्फ दो ही थे।
उससे पहले 2 थे, उससे पहले फिर भी थे और
हाँ 2-3 उससे पहले भी लाइक ऑन एन
हाँ
एवरेज 4 से ज्यादा नंबर गया नहीं था कभी।
इस साल लाइक लास्ट ईयर काफी थे।
हम्म।
विच टॉपिक्स ऑफ डीएसए सब भी पढ़ रहे यार।
एवरी टॉपिक।
हाँ
फिर
मतलब
लक
ऐसा
आपका खराब होता है तो वो बहुत ही गंदा
कुछ
टॉपिक।
भी मतलब यू कांट नो कुछ भी। मैंने मतलब जैसे मैंने जिनसे बात करी है जिन्होंने मतलब सिलेक्ट हुए हैं कुछ भी पूछा हुआ है सबसे मतलब
हाँ
ट्री
एक पूछना
ग्राफ
यार सबसे मेरे से
स्ट्रिंग।
डीपी एंड ग्राफ्स पूछा था मेरी फ्रेंड से नॉर्मल एरेस एंड ऑल पूछ लिया था किसी से ट्राइस पूछ लिया था किसी से प्रायोरिटी को भी पूछ लिया था जैसे हीप्स एंड ऑल तो मतलब यार डिपेंड करता है। तुम जितनों से पूछोगे सब नए नए टॉपिक्स बोलेंगे तो सब टॉपिक्स करके रखो मुझसे। Yes, the questions are DP focused. Unless they mention in the interview prep कि they won't be asking from DP and graphs, assume that they will be asking from DP and graphs because इस year जब on campus आई थी तो they mentioned that they want to be asking from DP. So that depends अगर वो interview prep में बोल देते हैं तो काफी अच्छा है but मान के चलो पूछेंगे क्योंकि मेरे से तो पूछा था। डोंट थिंक कि सेकंड ईयर में हो तो हार्ड नहीं पूछेंगे। वो पूछ सकते हैं अगर इंटरव्यू अच्छा नहीं इंटरव्यू थोड़ा वैसा हुआ तो। No, you will get an like mail. They will ask you to schedule a telephonic round. They will give you like different slots, and you have to choose a slot from that from with like from your convenience key whenever you are available. And that at that time you will then after some days after some days or like next or next day you will get an mail with the link to join at that time, and then you will join that link. Yeah, it's come as a surprise only. You will see a random evening you are getting a mail key schedule a telephonic round, so we'll schedule that. Yeah, elaborate the questions. Are lead codes, similar lead code questions only. That can be like anything. Go through any questions on lead code.
मेरा आई गेस नहीं मेरा टॉपिक मतलब जो डीएसए टॉपिक था फर्स्ट वन वाज लाइक अरे स्लैश हैश मैप का और सेकंड वाले में मतलब इट स्टार्टेड विद बाइनरी सर्च एंड स्टफ और वो ट्रीज तक गया था लाइक
So mine
स्ट्रेच
in
हो गया।
like in first like my first question was from 2 pointer and it was easy one. So later I was given a second question of DP, like normal DP it was of, and in second round I was given a question of DFS plus memo, so like memo plus DFS. So that depends. Mixed
Yeah,
topics.
and one thing like they add parts to your question. तो मतलब it's not like the
Infologs.
question is given और वो हो गया. They give you like जैसे for my first interview they gave me थोड़ी और conditions या if this was modified and my second वाला was a little more like उसमें it was a little bit system designing मतलब बहुत ही hint like you don't need to study system design to be able to answer it but उसमें थोड़ा था कि if you had to optimize इधर तो क्या करोगे it was a 2 part like system बनाना था I don't know but it's not like उसके लिए तुम्हें system design पढ़ने की जरूरत है तुम डीएसए करके वो कर सकते हो तो मतलब
Like I would
उसमें
say, हाँ सिंपल
हाँ
होते हैं कुछ कुछ सिस्टम डिजाइन क्वेश्चन। आई वुड से लाइक अगर कोई आपको कोई क्वेश्चन दिया कि यू हैव टू रिटर्न द occurrences of this number in that
हम्म,
array, so like simple question you solve it, but then they can ask like you need to return the index where the first occurrence is happening or something like that. Let's just a follow up on those questions, just modifying a little bit, so you have to change the code a little bit only, not the complete new question.
yeah.
Safest CGPA for third year opportunity, I would say 8.5 plus.
Definitely it's the 8.5 plus
If
मतलब
you are able to like go to like make it 9 plus, then really good, but 8.5
हम्म,
plus is good.
8.5 plus like gets you into like 90% of things
Hmm.
and
Like
only some
JPMs and
places
all
have
they apply. हाँ,
हाँ,
बट आई वुड से कि अगर आपकी थोड़ी 8.5 से कम है तो आई वुड से ट्राई टू मेक इट 8+। प्लीज ट्राई टू मेक इट 8+, क्योंकि कंपनीज काफी क्राइटेरिया रख देती हैं 8+ का। एंड मैनी टाइम्स यू विल सी यू आर नॉट गेट, इवन इफ यू हैव लाइक 7.5 plus CGPA, you are not getting shortlisted. So sometimes the reason come like CGPA. So try to maintain 8+ for a very
yeah,
very like opportunities, many of the opportunities. There is not
mm,
much in the slides. We will share it in the group.
yeah. There's going to be recordings uploaded on the GDG YouTube, so you can go and see it there also. How much time? I think बहुत दिनों तक खुली रहती है ऐसा
लास्ट ईयर तो
मतलब
आई गेस
नहीं।
1 month या 2 months के लिए ओपन थी।
सो इट्स नॉट मतलब इट्स नॉट लाइक कि बहुत जल्दी डेडलाइन आ रही है, बट इट इज यूजली रिकमेंडेड कि आप जल्दी अप्लाई कर
हाँ,
लो, बिकॉज
लास्ट
लास्ट में
में if
ऑब्वियसली।
they like seats
हाँ,
get filled, so they just send rejection to everyone.
या
Also, referral, I don't think so. You can update it later on. Like you have to check. I guess नहीं होता update later. You have to apply with the left referral beforehand only.
ये तो हो गया। ऑफ कैंपस करना चाहिए या ऑन कैंपस?
दोनों जगह कर दो।
हाँ मतलब वही, more chances of resume देखो, it doesn't, I don't know, I think maybe on campus you might get like the resume shortlisted easier, but that's also not a hard and fast rule, है ना मतलब।
Like since the eligibility is 7,
हाँ,
like मान के चलो कि 600 स्टूडेंट्स की होगी ऑन कैंपस 7+, बिकॉज 1000+ तो हमारे में स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, CGPA हमारे कॉलेज में होती है। तो लाइक फ्रॉम 600 they will only be selecting 20 to 30 people for interview. So
no no,
you should
less
apply
than
off
that
campus.
only।
हाँ, 18 last year.
हाँ,
Also segmentary and Fenwick very rare, like very very rare, very very rare.
they know you are in like
हाँ
second year, तो वो बहुत भी नहीं पूछेंगे,
हाँ,
डीपी में भी बहुत मुश्किल भी नहीं पूछेंगे वो।
ग्राफ्स में भी लाइक
फिर
नॉर्मल
हाँ,
DFS BFS ओनली, वो बहुत ज्यादा हाई नहीं जाते हैं।
बट टॉपिक आना चाहिए आपको।
Telephonic round में they will ask like how many questions you have done, on what platforms you practice the questions, how much like you will rate yourself on the scale of 10, or your projects, your tech stacks, simple questions. They just want to know about yourself, and mostly they pass on everyone who get that in telephonic round. You will get the interview link as well.
You
I
can change
don't
your
think,
resume on campus.
no,
You can't?
I
I
don't think.
think so. Like,
No, no. Like मेरी friend ने try किया था उसका हुआ था, but you can try like if you can update, but I don't think so. You can update your resume.
होगा या नहीं, that is a different
हाँ
scenario altogether. But तुम जो resume submit कर रहे हो, I don't think it should matter. Like, क्योंकि on
हाँ।
campus का वो अलग ही database जाता है. Like, because you don't apply beforehand, right?
हम्म।
I think it should be fine. मतलब you can try.
As if we
Uh,
don't have, what should we, experience section is not mandatory, I would say कि काफी अभी
hmm.
आप लोगों ने इंटर्न की होगी ना समर ब्रेक में, क्योंकि हमारे कॉलेज में
हाँ,
कंपल्सरी होता है, तो एट दैट।
right that. Hmm. From there you don't need to do system design. मतलब do DSA,
बट फॉर
focus
उबर,
on DSA.
फॉर उबर एंड
हाँ,
मोटर।
उबर मोटॉर्क यू नीड टू डू, तो वो करने के लिए कहाँ से कर सकते हो? एक कोई तो प्लेलिस्ट थी, मेरे को याद नहीं नाम।
मतलब थोड़ी शॉर्ट शॉर्ट प्लेलिस्ट देखना, क्योंकि करने जाओगे तो बहुत लॉन्ग लॉन्ग बुक्स भी होती हैं उस पे,
हाँ,
बहुत बहुत तो ब्लॉक्स भी होते हैं। तो ट्राई टू डू लिमिटेड ओनली, आज फ्रॉम लाइक प्रीवियस स्टार इंटर्न्स की कैसे पूछा था सिस्टम डिजाइन डिजाइन में, क्योंकि आई ऑल्सो डोंट नो उन्होंने कितने लेवल का पूछा था, बट जितना मेरे को पता है दे आस्क्ड LLD ओनली, low level system design questions only, and you will get to like basic questions on online platforms like GFG and also you can practice that questions, and there are
या
like
यू
basic
कैन।
questions, similar questions only, so practice some questions on that.
एंड आई थिंक यूट्यूब पे देयर वाज वन प्लेलिस्ट दैट, मतलब मैंने देखी थी, मुझे नाम नहीं याद है, बट यू कैन जस्ट सर्च एंड मिल जाती है काफी ठीक ठीक, जो विच एवर वन यू थिंक इज गुड फॉर योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग।
Hmm.
पढ़ लो, ज्यादा ज्यादा भी डीप में पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट
I
थोड़ा
started
यू शुड।
CP later on, like in at the end of second year only,
With
both
same
sems
CGPA. Yeah,
combined.
you have to give CGPA, not SGPA. CGPA.
Of course, you are applying early, you will get some
early.
benefits.
मतलब प्लेसमेंट देखो आई
अभी तो बहुत दूर है
यू माइट हैव हाँ बहुत दूर है पहले तो अभी एक सेमेस्टर यू हैव टू फिक्स योर सीजी इफ यू वांट टू आराम से 7.5 से आप 8 ला सकते हो एक बहुत ज्यादा मेहनत करके एक सेमेस्टर में अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट लाइक इट्स नॉट लाइक कि कंपनीज आती ही नहीं है फॉर लेस देन 8 बट देर आर लेस कंपनीज दैट कम ऑन कैंपस ऑफ कैंपस में देर इज यूजली लाइक नो एप्लीकेशन बैरियर तो वहाँ पे आप पूरा मतलब यू कैन ट्राई वट एवर
Also, please avoid backlogs. Please,
या
please
बैक
avoid
इज ऑल्सो
backlogs.
सो बैक इज लाइक टोटल एकदम बहुत ही ज्यादा
You will miss out like
प्रॉब्लम
90 to 95% of the opportunities because of back only. So avoid that. Yeah,
and even if you have like at least try to make it a dead backlog
oh yeah.
एक्टिव तो और ही ज्यादा you will
Active se to
हाँ
like 100% of the companies. Like that say at least you will be able to apply 20 to like 10 to 15% of the companies.
yeah
You can explain your approach and not able to code that, like at least try to code a little bit, though like chances will be less that you will proceeding to the next round. But sometimes what happen is you will get some strong hire or hire in one and lean hire or hire in second interview based on the approach, so there might be chances that you can like get selected. So try to code
plus
little bit.
like if you are stuck on things like
Huh.
syntax or something right so
Like
just
interview
stop
helps.
tell that
Huh.
say that say मेरे को syntax नहीं आता but this is what I want to be doing in this line and that's what so like I forgot how to I think remove something from a hash map so I put like a fake function over there and I was like this is I'm removing something please and it worked for me and he was like okay you can do that
Huh. So
and they
you
help
won't
you
like.
out a lot
Huh.
uh,
And then many of like interviews in Uber and other like interviews, you have to actually code and run the test cases in
yeah
the IDE. But Google May they just look like how you code, clean code, very good variable naming and everything. They don't run that in like backend after interview के बाद वो कहीं run नहीं करते हैं उसको. So just code. उनको लगना चाहिए you can code.
yeah and like they give you hints and everything so अगर तुम कहीं भी stuck हो right listen to your interviewer like don't if you have something going in your mind or तुम कुछ बोल रहे हो and the interviewer is saying something to you don't get stuck on your thought process only hear what they're saying and try to modify accordingly because the interviewer is always trying to help you
Hmm. They want to hire you. मतलब बहुत रेयर होगा कि आपको कोई ऐसे अलग ही मिल गया. They
हाँ कोई
want to hire
कंफ्यूज
you.
करने के लिए कुछ
हाँ.
बहुत कम ही बोल रहा होता है बहुत रेयरली यूजुअली वो आपको हेल्प करने के लिए बोल रहे होते हैं
अगर आप ऑफ कैंपस की बात कर रहे हो तो फेब तक भी आते हैं इंटरव्यू कॉल सो यू हैव लाइक 2 to 2.5 months बट ऑन कैंपस यू हार्डली हैव 1 month.
yeah
बहुत जल्दी हो
like I
जाता है.
think by end of December the whole thing will be over
Hmm.
or because it came a little late I think maybe one
Yeah.
week in January 1 2 weeks in
हाँ.
January but yeah it will be over by then
For third year as well. Yeah, system design I would say better do LLD because now most of the companies started asking
yeah
LLD questions.
yeah मतलब do it to some extent बहुत जगह पूछ लेते हैं so
They
you never
don't
know
ask
क्योंकि third year में it's
DBMS.
very hectic you never know
हाँ. They don't ask any CS fundamentals or something. They just ask DSA. What we are saying is they just ask DSA. Focus on that only. I would say a number of questions में पहले
they
lead code पे
come they give you
implementation.
question you solve
हाँ,
question that's it
that and
nothing else
you have to mention the average CGPA. You can't mention the recent CGPA. Doesn't matter कि आपकी कौन सी वाली अच्छी थी.
you can't mention SGPA कोई भी मतलब semester
Hmm.
GPA नहीं चलेगी कहीं भी total GPA CGPA चाहिए होती है
I would say mention your CGPA.
and
Mention
like
your profiles.
9.48 9.36 is such a little
हाँ.
difference इसमें इतना टेंशन नहीं
भाई मेरी
लोगे
तो 9 से भी below
मतलब
है. Like literally when I applied ना I was giving interviews my CGPA was like 8.5 के नीचे या कुछ ऐसे थी. It hardly matters.
हाँ
इतना.
तो it doesn't matter like somebody told me I don't know how much it is like a factor but when I was applying somebody told me that your resume should have some standout factor either your CGPA is amazing or your experience is amazing or your projects are amazing or your extracurricular activities are amazing,
On
right?
campus, so I
So
don't know, but I know some people like who got like who are doing job and who got the intern जिनकी 7 point में CGPA थी like 7.12 या 7.4 उनकी भी लगी है intern उनकी भी लगी है like job but they were very extremely like brilliant उनके उस
yeah,
बाकी की skills में तो you should like only CGPA doesn't matter you should have skills as well.
नहीं, SGPA को आप कैलकुलेट करते हो CGPA यूजिंग
हम्म,
फॉर्मूला होता है उसका।
उसके पीछे
आप
रहता है
देख लेना, या
फॉर्मूला
तो
लिखा हुआ रहता है मार्कशीट
हाँ
के पीछे.
मार्कशीट के पीछे लिखा होगा, और नहीं तो आप किसी से क्लास में पूछ लो, किसी को पता होगा। SGPA का CGPA कैलकुलेट करने का फॉर्मूला होता है, दैट इज व्हाट यू यूज, एंड यू कांट राउंड योर CGPA, मतलब वो 2 डेसिमल्स तक विदाउट राउंडिंग देनी होती है। थिंग्स मैटर, लाइक मैंने अभी जैसे बोला, लाइक समथिंग टू स्टैंड आउट, समथिंग दैट यू थिंक यू डिड वेरी वेल इन,
एज
लाइक
ऑफ नाउ
कुछ एक
सेकंड ईयर में आपके पास सीजीपीए होगी कोडिंग प्रोफाइल्स होंगी वेरी रेयरली आपके पास अमेजिंग एक्सपीरियंस होगा तो मेंशन दोस थिंग्स.
या, और नहीं तो प्रोजेक्ट्स बना दो बहुत अच्छे, है ना? तो आई थिंक एनी ऑफ दीज कैन हेल्प, समथिंग
8
शुड बी।
हाँ 8.1 सीजीपीए इज फाइन लाइक ऑन कैंपस जिनकी 7 पॉइंट्स में थी उनके भी रिज्यूमे शॉर्टलिस्ट हुए थे. आई रिमेम्बर मैंने चेक किया किया था तो थे तो डोंट थिंक 8.1 इज लेस. या don't think about the number of questions don't think about anything just as of now you have 3 to 4 opportunities that like आपकी आंखों के आगे है तो just डीएस से डेली करो आप डेली करोगे तो आपके हो जाएंगे नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस इंक्रीज.
लाइक ऐसे मत करना कि नंबर बढ़ाने के लिए इजी क्वेश्चन करे जा रहे हो, है ना? ये सब मत
वही
करना।
ऐसे डू मीडियम एंड हार्ड क्वेश्चंस डोंट फोकस
हाँ,
ऑन इजी क्वेश्चंस. एक आपसे मीडियम हार्ड हो रहा है इजी अपने आप हो जाएगा.
प्लस इवन योर नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस पे दिखता है कि लाइक इजी करें कि मीडियम करें कि हार्ड
हाँ
करें, एंड अ लॉट ऑफ इजी क्वेश्चंस डोंट होल्ड दैट मच वेटेज।
एंड अभी है एक महीना इफ यू लाइक प्रैक्टिस डेली 2 to 3 क्वेश्चंस डेली लाइक आराम से 100 क्वेश्चंस हो जाएंगे.
बट हाँ,
Your main focus should not be the number of questions or anything as of now. The only focus should be you are practicing DSA daily. अब तो एनसेम्स भी खत्म हो गए हैं ऑलमोस्ट if नहीं हुए आप लोग के तो. Try adding numbers like in a project section try adding
लाइक
some
रेज्यूमे
numbers.
वर्डेड में वो तुम्हें बता रहा
हाँ
होगा क्या करना है, वो कर
वही.
दो।
Also what many people do like they just write points in their language copy that line add that to GPT or Gemini ask them to refine this for resume add that line because ATS AI language check करता है. AI को AI कर देगा वो ATS इनके.
ट्रू, आई थिंक हो गए। इफ एनीबडी हैज एनी अदर मोर क्वेश्चंस यू कैन आस्क, वरना 2 मिनट्स ही बचे हैं, वी कैन क्लोज आल्सो। Yeah, I don't think there are any more questions, so thank you so much, guys.
यार अभी फर्स्ट ना सेकंड ईयर में थोड़ा ओवरवेलमिंग लगता है. थोड़ा एंड में आओ यू विल लाइक फील थोड़ा रिलैक्स्ड एंड एवरीथिंग एंड फिर अपने आप हो जाएगा. लाइक इफ तो हॉस्टल हो तो काफी टाइम ही टाइम होता है. एंड अभी मे बी आपको लग रहा हो कि आप कॉलेज डेली जाते हो स्टडी जल्दी करते हो एंड आई वुड बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट कि मैं पेपर से 2 दिन पहले पढ़ती हूँ सिर्फ तो मैं स्टडीज को मैनेज नहीं कर रही होती हूँ बाकी टाइम पे. एंड डेव भी ऐसा नहीं होता मैं डेली कर रही होती हूँ बेरली कभी कर रही होती हूँ बिकॉज अभी तो मेरा थोड़ा डेव में इंटरेस्ट छूट गया है. आई एम मोर फोकस्ड ऑन एमएल वाला पार्ट सो आई वुड से कि हो जाता है यार मैनेज. थोड़ा वीकेंड्स पे बैठ के ज्यादा कर लिया करो वीकडेज पे कम कर लिया करो बट डीएस से डेली कर लिया करो.
मतलब स्टडीज तो ऑनेस्टली स्टडी बिफोर एग्जाम, एक हफ्ता ले लो एग्जाम के अराउंड पढ़ लो,
यस
वैसे एक हफ्ता भी नहीं चाहिए होता है, एग्जाम के बीच में पढ़ रही होती हूँ मैं तो बैठ के, तो इट्स फाइन। बाकी डेव एंड डीएसए जस्ट ट्राई टू डू लिटिल बिट एवरी डे जितना कर सकते हो, एंड व्हेनेवर यू डू इट विद फुल लाइक फोकस, मतलब
आई वुड
अच्छे से
से
एकदम।
कि अपने कैंपस पे इफ यू वांट टू क्रैक एन इंटर्न और प्लेसमेंट्स यू शुड मोर फोकस ऑन डीएसए एंड सीपी वाला पार्ट less on like if you want to go do open source and like work in startups and all then I would say focus on dev part but if like have the things in clear in your mind ki आपका मेन मोटिव क्या है, टू क्रैक अ MNC लेवल कंपनी और समथिंग, और टू लाइक वर्क इन अ स्टार्टअप और डू ओपन सोर्स एंड एवरीथिंग। सो बेस्ड ऑन दैट आपको अपनी प्रायोरिटी सेट करनी पड़ेंगी। यू कांट मैनेज, लाइक वो काफी लोग मैनेज कर लेते हैं बट कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे होता है, एंड तो इसलिए आपको अपनी प्रायोरिटी सेट करनी पड़ेंगी। Yes, it's like you can easily fit everything in one page of resume ना। सेकंड ईयर में तो ऐसा बहुत क्रेजी, रिमूव अननेसेसरी थिंग्स। AI कंटेंट ज्यादा
या
ऐसा नहीं
मतलब
होगा।
यू डोंट नीड टू प्लेस पुट लाइक पार्टिसिपेशन थिंग्स, है ना,
वही।
या तुमने सिर्फ पार्टिसिपेट किया या कुछ करा तो वो सब मत डालो। फिर पुट योर बेस्ट अचीवमेंट्स ओनली एंड एवरीथिंग, so you have to put it in one page. I would say don't go over one page at all because that is not a smart decision. चाहे मे बी रिड्यूस फॉन्ट साइज, पर बहुत छोटा भी मत कर लेना कि
10 to 11 इज फाइन, लाइक
हाँ,
10, 11, 12
या
के अराउंड।
मार्जिन्स कम कर लो
हाँ,
थोड़े,
साइड से
मतलब
ऊपर
ट्राई।
नीचे काफी मार्जिन
हाँ,
होता है, उसको कम कर दो यार।
बाकी
हाउ मच टू स्टडी दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन योर पेस, कि आप कितना जल्दी ग्रास्प करते हो, आप कितना जल्दी पढ़ पाते हो, लाइक सबका इंडिविजुअल होता है। मैनी
वो
स्टार्ट
तुम्हें
लाइक 1 month होल्स।
समझ आ जाएगा, मतलब
हाँ
आई थिंक अभी तो सेकंड ईयर में हो गया, आ ही गया होगा समझ, मतलब
वही,
कैसे पढ़।
वरना इस सेमेस्टर अगले सेमेस्टर में आ जाएगा। फर्स्ट में थोड़ा नया नया लगता है। नो, देयर इज नो OA फॉर स्टैप। आई डोंट नो इफ दे विल बी टेकिंग लाइक OA ऑफ ऑन कैंपस, बट ऑफ कैंपस नहीं होता।
सो लाइक आई हैव हर्ड कि पहले दे डिड टेक अवे फर्स्ट स्टेप
हाँ,
ऑन कैंपस।
लास्ट टू लास्ट बैच
हाँ,
में OA हुआ
हाँ,
था।
बट आवर बैच हैड नो वे एनीवेयर।
या यू कैन सबमिट एंड देन डू द क्वेश्चंस ना, वो तो
यार मतलब देखो,
ऑटोमेटिक।
अगर तुम लीड, यू कैन पुट लीड कोड देयर ऑब्वियसली, बट कोई और प्लेटफॉर्म पे भी कर रहे हैं तो वो भी डाल सकते हैं। इट्स नॉट लाइक हार्ड एंड फास्ट कि तुम्हें लीड कोड ही डालना है, राइट?